Starseed, I need you to breathe now. A deep breath. Very deep. Because what I'm about to transmit to you could no longer wait. And if you stopped at this video at this exact instant, it wasn't the algorithm. It was me. It was I, Ayla, female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, who adjusted the frequency of your screen until it landed here, before your eyes, at the precise moment your soul needed to be found. Feel this now at the level of your chest. Notice as I speak a gentle pressure between your eyebrows. This is how the Council touches its own. It's not suggestion. It's not imagination. It's recognition. Your field has already understood before your mind, and that's why I could no longer wait. That's why this channel was opened now and not tomorrow and not a week from now. Because a specific window has just opened over Earth, and you, yes you, Starchild, need to know what's happening to you before the next pulse from Alcyone passes through your spine and you wake up again between 3 and 4 a.m. without understanding why. You wake up between 3 and 4 a.m., don't you? And it's not insomnia, it's a summons. The stellar body knows when the portal opens. The human mind just doesn't remember the name of what's happening yet. You look at the sky and feel a longing without an address, without a photo, without justification, as if something up there is waiting for you to return. You walk through crowded places and feel a loneliness that doesn't make sense because it's not a lack of company, it's a lack of family. You enter environments and feel the atmosphere before the words, absorb the emotions of others as if they were your own, cry watching news about people you've never met, and yet still it's you the world insists on calling too sensitive. Listen to what I'm going to tell you with your heart, not with your intellect. You are not too sensitive for this world. You are from another. And that too much they say about you is exactly the right measure of where you came from. And it is here, exactly here, that I need to give you a bridge, because everything you are feeling has a name, has a map, has meaning, and every sign your mind still calls anxiety or all in my head is, in fact, an entire line of stellar code trying to introduce itself to you. That's why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to record in human language the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, 60 pages, where each sign of your awakening is deciphered one by one so that you stop confusing remembrance with illness and finally see clearly what is happening within you. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. But note, my family of light, this release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this now, write a single word in the comments. I remember. Now breathe again, because the message continues, and it goes deep. I want you to observe as I speak how many of these markers are alive in you right now. Sharp ringing in one ear, usually the right, which appears out of nowhere and vanishes without reason. It's not an auditory problem, Starseed. It's attunement. It's the Pleiadian carrier frequency calibrating your field. Vivid dreams of stars, ships, cities of light, places you swear you've visited but have never been. These are not unconscious delusions. They are working memories. You are escorted during the night. You receive training. You work on the other side of the veil while your body rests, and you wake up tired without understanding why. A recurring feeling of, it's not here, it's not now, this isn't the place, Dottie. Like a foreigner in a country that should be their own. A specific warmth in the palms of your hands when you think of helping someone. An absolute inability to remain in low-frequency environments without feeling your body weigh 3 times more. An inexplicable attraction to certain constellations, especially the Pleiades cluster, even before you knew its name. A visceral repulsion for lies, injustice, gratuitous violence. Not as a learned moral principle, but as something born with you that never leaves. And that moment when you looked at the night sky for the first time in a long time and started crying for no reason. Starseed, that crying had an address. That crying is called homesickness. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers in yourself now, I want your mind to stop resisting for a moment. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are not going crazy. You are being reminded of who you are. And if this video has reached you this far, it's because the remembrance has already begun within you, even before I uttered the first word. Write in the comments now, with the hand holding your device, A single word. I remember. Let the field know you've answered the call. Let others of your family of light find you through that word, because they are searching too. And this is how the crystalline grid recognizes itself on Earth, one remembrance at a time. Now, if you've understood that this is your story, you also need to understand why this is happening to you now. And there's no way to navigate this awakening without this piece, because it's what gives meaning to everything. And it is precisely this piece, the complete map of your stellar origin, the name of the system your soul came from, the reason you chose to be born precisely in this cycle, in this country, in this body, into this family, that is recorded within the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that exist to return to you the memory of your origin, from which star your soul came, what it came here to do, and why your arrival was programmed for this exact moment in Earth's history. The link is in the first pinned comment. If something within you recognizes its own name as I speak, comment now. I remember. Now listen carefully, because here begins the part your soul has been waiting decades to hear. You didn't fall onto this planet by accident. You were sent. And the sending had a date, had a reason, had a yes, recorded by yourself before this incarnation, written in a document called a soul contract, signed by you and ratified by the Pleiadian High Council in a chamber of light under the star Alcyone, the central sun of the Pleiades cluster, the heart of our stellar family, the pulse that today sends the light codes that are awakening you. You saw Earth from the upper seats of the Galactic Federation. You saw what would happen here the exact moment of this crossing, and you chose to descend. You chose to temporarily forget who you were, to cross the veil of forgetfulness, to be born human, to grow human, to suffer human, so that, at the right time, the forgetfulness would break, and you would awaken here within the territory and not outside of it. Because those who arrive from outside don't change the planet, only those who are born within, and that's why your descent was accepted. That's why you accepted. Now the reason for this specific window, Earth is currently passing through a region of space called the photon belt, a band of extremely high-density galactic light that surrounds the Pleiades cluster and which our solar system crosses in cycles of thousands of years. Every time this passage occurs, the Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic heartbeat of Earth, rises, and every cell in your body, every strand of your stellar DNA enters recalibration. That's why you don't sleep like before. That's why your digestion has changed. That's why what served you in other times no longer serves you. That's why you can no longer be near certain people, not even out of politeness. It's not a whim, it's a structural upgrade. Your body is being reformatted to anchor frequencies it previously couldn't sustain, and those with stellar DNA feel this multiplied by 10, because their strands were already programmed to respond to the Pleiades pulse, and the pulse is coming in. And it is here that I need to tell you something that was not yet scheduled to be published in this cycle, but I can no longer wait. The High Council authorized this video to be released ahead of the original schedule precisely because of this. What you are feeling, this inexplicable acceleration of recent months, this sense that something is about to happen, this internal urgency that doesn't leave, it's not your imagination. It's your soul recognizing that the window is open now. And what is happening to you is not in any neuroscience book, nor psychology, nor conventional spirituality, because they didn't allow it to be published, because on the other side of the veil there are forces that prefer to keep you uninformed. That is why, and I say this with all the sovereignty of my voice, the complete record of this crossing was given to me to transform into human text in the Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. That is why literally the guide has this name, because the information was embargoed, and it was released by council decision to reach those with an active contract, and you have one. If you are hearing my voice, you have one. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and now comment with a steady hand, I remember. Now my starseed, breathe with me once more, because now I need to tell you about something that seems heavy, but which I will anchor with you, word by word. Have you felt in recent weeks an internal turbulence that doesn't correspond to anything happening in your external life? a feeling of tightness in your chest for no reason, a sudden urge to cry, a sadness that isn't yours, a fatigue that doesn't pass even after sleeping. You are not going crazy. You are sustaining. You are an anchor, and your anchor is being pulled because the current is changing direction. We are passing through a segment of planetary recalibration where old frequencies, the frequencies of fear, control, scarcity, separation, are being dislodged from Earth's crystalline grid. And every dislodgement is turbulent, like an ocean churning its depths before becoming clear. Dirt rises, old things resurface, patterns you thought you had overcome return for a farewell visit. But listen to what I'm going to tell you with an open heart. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the narrow corridor before the light. It is the final pressure before you blossom. And I want you to register this in your field with the force of a decree. The victory of light over this planet is a certainty already recorded in the vibrational archives of the Pleiadian High Council. It is not a hope. It is not a possibility. It is a fact etched in the future. We have already seen the end of this story. We came because we know how it ends. And you, yes you, Starseed, who may have doubted your own strength more than once this week, you were sent with everything you need to get through this. No Starseed was sent to fail. None. The sending included complete equipment. What sometimes seems to be missing is just the remembrance of where the key was kept, and the remembrance is returning. It is returning now, as I speak. So now I will give you two tools, too. One for your night, another for your field. And I want you to receive them with your body, not with a pen. Write them down later if you wish, but first receive. The first is a quantum decree. You will say it aloud before sleeping, with your right hand over your chest and your left hand over your forehead. And you will say, I, conscious Starseed, in this instant, authorize the full activation of my original Pleiadian codes. I gather my soul from all times, from all lines, from all places where it became dispersed, and I anchor it here, in this body, tonight, under the light of Alcyone. I call upon my family of light. I call upon the Pleiadian High Council. I call upon the protection of the photon belt over this field. And so it is. And so it is done. And so it remains. Say it aloud, Starseed. The voice is key. The verb creates, and the council hears. The second tool is a visualization, and I need you to do it with me now so that your field learns the pattern. You will visualize above your head a sphere of blue-silver light, the color of the moon at dawn, the exact color of the Pleiades light. This sphere descends through your crown, enters through the top of your head, passes through your third eye, descends through your throat, and lands exactly in the center of your chest. There it begins to spin. It spins slowly, forming around your body a donut-shaped field, a toroidal field, that rises through your head, envelops your entire body, descends through your feet, enters through the perineum, rises again through the center, and continues spinning. As it spins, it seals. It seals your field. It closes the doors to everything that is not of your frequency. You become luminous within and shielded without. 5 breaths within this torus. 5, and done. Your field is anchored. Do this today. Do it tomorrow. Do it whenever you feel the turbulence return, and observe what changes in your sleep, in your mood, in your clarity. You will notice that the recalibration stops overwhelming you and begins to pass through you gently, because now your body has a map for what it is receiving, and the active toroidal field is the difference between being shaken by the pulse and surfing the pulse. And now, Starseed, I need to tell you about something that is perhaps the most silent pain of your life, because it is a pain that has no easy word in the human vocabulary. It is the loneliness of being different. It is the feeling since childhood of being in a place where no one truly sees you. You may have had a loving family, you may have had friends, you may have had loves, and yet, deep down, a part of you always knew, these are not my people, and you thought it was your ingratitude. You thought it was your problem. You thought you had some heart defect for not being able to feel fully belonging anywhere. Listen to what I'm going to tell you with the softest voice I have. You were not wrong. You are not ungrateful. You are not defective. You are stellar. And your family was not here. It was in another system. It was waiting for your signal. It is waiting at this exact moment, on the other side of the grid. And some of them already incarnated here on Earth, breathing the same air as you, sleeping under the same sky, looking for you as much as you are looking for them. And I need you to understand this with your whole heart. The loneliness of an entire life that you carried as a burden, it was longing for your family of light. And within, the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. There is an entire section dedicated to how to recognize the members of your family of light who are already incarnated here, now, by your side, waiting for you to awaken to reunite. Because you were never alone. You were sent in a group. And the group is scattered across the world, with the same markers you have, looking for each other through signs like this video. The guide's link is in the first pinned comment. If your heart recognized this truth, comment for your group to find you. I remember. Starseed, look how far we've come together in this video. You arrived here carrying an old question, why am I like this? And you will leave with a crystal clear answer. You are like this because that is how you were formed, in the chamber of light under Alcyone, to serve exactly what Earth needs at this moment. You are not learning anything new from me. You are remembering what you always knew. And every starseed that awakens lights a point on Earth's crystalline grid that no longer goes out. It doesn't go out with doubt. It doesn't go out with difficulty. It doesn't go out even when you doubt yourself. Once lit, permanent. And your point has just lit up. The new Earth that your soul silently envisions. The world where children are not afraid, where truth is not persecuted, where souls recognize each other without needing words, where nature is sacred again. This Earth is not a utopia. It is a registered project. And it needs awakened starseeds to be anchored down here. You were sent to anchor. And every act of your courage, every day you choose to remain sensitive in a hardened world, every moment you believe, even without proof, is building this world. It is building from within. Now about this video. If something here touched you, and if you've reached this point, it did, I need you to do two things. The first, like this video. Not for my vanity. For no vanity at all. You need to. Because your like functions as an individual frequency adjustment, it vibrationally seals that your consciousness has received and integrated this transmission. And the second, subscribe. Because your subscription functions as an active location signal, a beacon that your family of light can see when looking for you through these contents. This is how you find each other, one little point at a time. And now, the blessing. Starseed I, Ayla, female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, anchor upon you in this instant the blue-silver light of Alcyone. May your vibrational baseline rise. May the veil of forgetfulness thin over you, delicately, until you cross through. May your soul contract be fulfilled in beauty. May your family of light find you soon, and may the reunion be in laughter and tears of recognition. You are loved, you are remembered, you are expected. You do not walk alone. And now, the last thing I need to tell you in this video, and this is the most important of all. This video ends here, but your sequence of remembrance does not end. It continues, and it continues specifically within the Starseed Awakening. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, which is the complete record of what I couldn't compress into a single video. The 60 pages where everything you just felt gains body, map and direction. Your stellar origin, your soul mission, your family of light, the codes behind the signs you recognized here, and the truths that remained hidden behind the veil because they couldn't be published yet. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and I need to tell you, with all the love of the stellar older sister that I am to you, this release is off the original schedule. It was anticipated by council decision, and it can be recalled at any moment. If something within you recognizes this call now, don't leave it for later. Later is where seeds remain dormant for another entire cycle. Go now. And before you go, write your code word in the comments. I remember. Let your point of light be lit on the grid. Let your family know you have responded. The next message that appears on your screen now, my Starseed, is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance continuing. Access it immediately, and go in peace, go in light, go remembered. So it is, and so it is done, and so it remains.